My client John is frustrated. He owns a successful company. He's making multiple seven figures doing it, only works 4 days a week, spends a ton of time with his wife and kids, and yet, with all this success, he keeps shooting himself in the foot because no matter how much success he achieves, he still feels like he's failing. Do you ever get down on yourself like that? Let me show you why this happens. My name is Matthew Ferry, and I help high-conscious go-getters experience enlightened prosperity so they can spend the rest of their lives with a quiet mind, living an epic life. You know, John's frustrated. He's living an epic life, but he feels like he's behind, not achieving his goals. And surprisingly, many people that I meet, they have a similar story. For many people, no amount of success, no amount of money satisfies them. I mean, isn't that crazy? I think it is. But how about you? Are you completely at peace with your level of success? Are you totally satisfied with your level of work-life balance? When I ask people this question, most people say, no, I'm not satisfied. I mean, I'm doing okay, right? But I know I could be doing a lot more, and for some reason, I can't seem to get myself to achieve what I want. And I've found that it doesn't matter how much balance or success that you even have. If you haven't learned to use enlightened perspectives, you always feel a little bit behind, not quite there yet. And that's where I can help. Over the years, I've used enlightened perspectives to help high-conscious go-getters just like you learn how to be satisfied and eager for more, completely at peace, quiet mind, feeling inspired. And that's distinct, because most people seem to be dissatisfied even though they have a lot, they're doing a lot, they're succeeding a lot. Most people believe that, once they achieve a certain benchmark in life, then and only then are they going to finally have peace of mind. But I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. Peace of mind is a skill. It's not a result of some change in your life circumstances. So let me help you think about this in a new way. One of my main tools to assist people in achieving greater enlightenment is called recontextualization. Let's use some of that right now. See, if you're frustrated with your current situation, then you have created an arbitrary standard that isn't being met. And you have unknowingly developed an attachment. Attachments create frustration and doubt, and they turn into fears because you're afraid, I'm not going to get what I want. What I want won't happen. An attachment is basically an exaggerated fear of losing an imaginary benefit. You made up a benefit, and then you became fearful that it wasn't going to happen. Only an enlightened perspective can help you to escape from these frustrations that get created by your attachments, okay? If you're frustrated with your current life, then you've created this arbitrary standard that isn't being met. Let's talk about that. The standard itself is created with conditional language patterns. Conditional patterns that create imaginary standards and imaginary benefits. So you're going to say, you hear yourself, right? You'll say things like should or shouldn't or have to or must or need to. As you learn to step out of your social conditioning and you take your blinders off, you're going to see the situation as it is, and you'll start to realize that, words like should, shouldn't, have to, must, they're not real. You don't have to do anything. You can agree to things if you want. You can say yes to stuff. Go ahead. You are intentionally following rules. You can do that, but you don't have to. No one's making you do anything. Let's use money as an example here, okay? If you're frustrated with your financial situation, then you might actually be saying things like this: I should be more financially successful. And I want you to know that's a lie you're telling yourself that creates suffering. There is no actual rule about how much money you need to or have to or should earn. You have arbitrarily invented a financial standard, and then you pretend that the standard is real, and then you assign an imaginary benefit to it, and then if you don't accomplish it, you feel bad, right? I mean, you feel upset when your goal doesn't get met, but you didn't actually lose anything. There was nothing you lost. Attachment is an exaggerated fear of losing an imaginary benefit. You didn't lose anything. You imagined a benefit, and then you got upset when your psychic prediction about the future, didn't come true. But you're not psychic. You don't know what the future will hold. Or worse, right, you don't even know what the standard is. You just know, I'm not doing it, I'm wrong, I'm not good enough, I'm behind. This is something that I call the drunk monkey. Now, the drunk monkey is not on your side, right? It's all that uninvited, unwanted talking in your head. It invents rules and standards that don't exist, and then it holds you accountable to those standards, and it punishes you for not achieving them. It creates a context that ensures that you are never satisfied, and it makes you live the rest of your life wondering, is this ever going to work out? But here's the deal. Your goals, your dreams, your desires, these things are gifts from the universe. They're inspirations. They just come out of nowhere. They come out of nowhere like, oh, what if I double my income? Just, whoa. They feel amazing. But who comes swinging out of the jungle? It's the drunk monkey. The drunk monkey literally grabs your inspiration and turns it into a context that creates suffering. I have to double my income. Your beautiful visions turn into nightmares with the drunk monkey. I mean, rather than being pulled forward with your inspiration, you become agitated by the fears that the drunk monkey starts to call motivation. Because this new dream is not here, the drunk monkey makes your current situation wrong. It ruins your peace. It robs you of peace. It steals your inspiration. It replaces it with demands like you have to get up early. The early bird gets the worm. All of a sudden it's driving you, right? The drunk monkey believes that the world is broken and it needs to be fixed. And you have to struggle against it and grab everything that you can before someone else takes it. The solution is not trying to accomplish more. You will not achieve your goal of peace by taking more action or beating yourself up or forcing yourself to do what it takes. Over the last 25 years, I've discovered that enlightenment is the solution. And as you learn to quiet your mind, you realize that there's no world out there. The whole thing is just a made-up story. The world that you experience is just electromagnetic signals being interpreted by your brain. No one ever taught you to take control of those signals so that you could start living in an amazing way. You're living a default program. You got the standard survival program, the one developed by millennia over all of our ancestors, right, to keep us alive. But your inspirations are not survival programs. Your inspirations are about thriving, about living an epic life. Practicing enlightened perspectives is very practical. It's very, very empowering because you start to recognize that everything you are experiencing is in your head. It's just your perception. It's the stories you're telling yourself. It's the information you receive through your contextual filters. Awareness of the drunk monkey, the survival program you were born with, is a foundational perspective, and it leads to a life of enlightened prosperity. When you transcend the mind, all that unwanted chatter, you gain access to your true self, your intuition, your creativity, your personal power, your chutzpah. Underneath all that mental chatter is a bold, audacious version of you. And the more you know about the drunk monkey, the quieter your mind will get. And when your mind is completely quiet and you are unburdened by the drunk monkey, you, my friend, will be enlightened.